This is the Greycat Remote Ore Collector, or ROC. The ROC can only be purchased at the New Deal in Lorville on Hurston, but you can rent it from the Refinery Service Mining Support Center as well. In today's episode, we are going to use this wonderful machine to make some money, and that episode starts right now. Welcome back, citizens. We are at PO, and today we are going to use the ROC to mine minerals on a moon. But first things first, we need to go to Crew L1 to pick up a ROC and some other materials. So I'm going to pull our trusty Titan, and I will meet you there. Welcome to the ambitious Dream Station at Crew L1. We're going to go ahead and take the interstation transit to the refinery deck. That's where we can go ahead and rent a ROC and purchase better equipment so we don't burn up while we're out riding in the ROC. Because we're going to be a little bit further away from the station or our ship. We want to make sure that we remain safe. In the warmer climates that we're going to go, it's best if we get the Pembroke armor. Pembroke armor is an undersuit, and you do need to also get the helmet. And we're going to rent our ROC. Most moons and planets can be mined for minerals, and the ROC can be pulled from different stations on moons and planets. So you'll need to make sure that you can pull your ROC from a station.
Hey, back again, I see. Welcome.
This is the Pembroke armor, one on the left. One on the right is the backpack we already have. And you will go ahead and purchase that from one of these kiosks over here. You'll go to undersuit, and Pembroke armor here is for 1,165 AUEC. Right? Then you'll also need to go to the armor to the helmet, and the Pembroke helmet, which is 2,525 AUEC. You'll want to purchase that, and you could purchase a ROC, or you can come here to Vintage Rentals and open up this kiosk, and you can see that the Greycat can be rented for 4,501 credits a day, or there are other ones you can rent it for 30 days, 7 days, 3 days. Rent it for numerous days, and the price goes up. Like for a week, it is 2,632. But we'll just go ahead and rent it for a day. Other things that you can rent here are the Misk Prospector and the Drake Cutlass Black. The ROC can fit in a black and be taken to locations to mine further from the station than just driving. So we are going to go ahead and head to a location to use the ROC right from the station itself. So when I get to one of those stations, I will see you then. Alright, welcome back. We are approaching ArcCorp Mining Area 141 on Daymar. And as you have to make sure that it has a place to pull a ground vehicle or a ROC. And if you notice right there, there's the kind of bluish pads, little pads there, and a building with blue lights on it right there. Those are the places where you can pull a ground vehicle. So let's go ahead and get parked. Try not to crash into anything here. Remember, we're trying to also be courteous to some of the traders. So we want to avoid parking in front of ramps or right in the middle of the pad so they can get in here too. And we'll go ahead and park right there. So we'll go ahead and get out. If you don't remember, you push and hold Y to get out of the pilot seat. I went ahead and changed over to the Pembroke armor, which is rated for degrees of -75 to 225 degrees Celsius. The temperatures fluctuate pretty a lot on this planet, on this moon. You'll notice right now it's -42 degrees, but it will warm up because the sun has just come up. So go ahead and come into, this is Platinum Bay. This is where you get your ground vehicles. Fortunately, the terminals show all of your vehicles, but we're going to pull our ROC. So go ahead and use, scroll down until you find where it says Greycat ROC, and we're going to go ahead and retrieve this. And you'll wait a couple minutes and it says Platinum Bay 01. So you say okay, and it's always good to look out the window to make sure it's not bouncing around or anything. Looks pretty stable. So let's go ahead and head on out to it. I'll show you around the ROC. Right, this is the Greycat ROC. It's the front of it here. There's the mining head. And notice that it is a four-wheeled vehicle. And full floating independent suspension, which is really helpful. And if you notice back here, if you click on the back of it, we'll say open. And this is cargo bay. If you click on that, it'll bring up a it'll show the cargo bay storage and your backpack storage. So if you're trying to maximize it, your profits, you go ahead and you take some out of there and fill up your backpack so you can get every possible bit. Right, so we'll go ahead and get in. What you do is you go to the front of the vehicle, you click on inner driver's seat, it opens up, and you go ahead and climb in. This uses the same controls as moving your character around. So what we do to start it, we press R, get race ready, and you go ahead and move forward just like you would move your guy forward, or girl. And it depends on how you have it set up, it'll turn in everything. Now, to scan for minerals, you'll go ahead and press the tab button. Brings up your scan. You right mouse click on the mouse, press and hold that, and it brings it up. Fails to scan up and scan. Okay, we got something about 3,000 meters that way and 2,000 meters that way. So I'm going to head towards the one that's 2,000 meters away, and I will see you when we get a little bit closer. All right? All right. Coming closer to that object that we saw, and I can tell already that I'm not going to be able to mine this. So, if you see the mineral sign and not little crystals, it is a larger rock. So we're looking for the ones with the crystal, the gem icon. That's going to be a little too big for us to mine. But I have found that if you drive away from the station, not too far, and kind of drive around a little bit, you'll eventually find some of those smaller rocks to mine. I'll go drive around and look for those, and I will bring you back when I have one of those in sight. All right? Alright, there are some of those gem icons I was telling you about. And let's head on up towards them. And I find it easier to drive in the third person view. So if you go ahead and press F4, it takes you out there. So unfortunately you can't see what you did from the cockpit of the exact location of the gem. So I will just kind of drive slowly like this. Now, you can flip this thing rather easily. So if you just take it nice and slow, you should be okay. We'll go ahead and climb up here. And right, so we'll go ahead and go back into this view. Oh, it's right over there. So let's go ahead and back up. Missed him. Okay. No. And there they are, right there. Okay. A little problem with mining on a hill. The gems tend to roll down the hill. So, but hey, we can pick them up anyway. So there we are. We have one of them centered in front of us. We're going to go ahead and press M under mining mode. Use your mouse to put around. Use the right mouse button to change the mode from extraction to fracturing mode. So if you press the left mouse button, it brings up your laser, and it'll tell you it's dolomine. And to increase the percentage, just like you did with hand mining, you're going to go ahead and scroll up. And you want to take the charge level up into the green, just like hand mining. And let's see if we can't crack this rock. So here we go. It's coming up. It's coming up. Okay. Again, our hand mining was some good practice for this. But you got to move it around sometimes to hit that sweet spot. There it is. Let's keep it out of the red. Okay, that's okay. Just remember that red will go back down. Keep it down. Gotta work that mouse button. Keep that in that green. Oh, I lost it. Oh well. Yep, back up. Keep it in that green. And there we go. Pop. So, now remember how we had to walk around and pick them up, and that was kind of a pain? With this, go ahead and right mouse click and enter extraction mode. So, left mouse click, and it goes ahead and picks up everything. And there we are. So, well, let's see, we got another couple gems around here somewhere, but that's no big deal. Back up. Let's see if I can't back up and spot them. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and work on the rest of these rocks, and I will get back with you as soon as I crack open. I guess there's 4 here, and we'll drive back and try and sell them. Alright, I cracked another rock and collected it. And now let's just head on back. And if you notice, way up there in the distance, it's 3,316 meters away. You can see that's where our Titan is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to head on over there. I'm probably going to go kind of down this hill and off to the right and straight up through that canyon and get there. And remember, we're going to go ahead and drive in the third person view. So try and be careful now because we actually have money on board. By the way, I'd only been gone about 2 or 3 minutes. for some reason the other rocks spawned inside of some of those big rocks, so I wasn't able to get to them. So let's just see how we did after just some driving around and having fun, and about 2 minutes worth of mining. So I will check back in with you when I get back to area 141. Okay, I did want to show you what this thing can do. Right at the top of this hill is the station, but if you take it nice and slow, you can climb very steep surfaces. So, yeah, up we get. And there's the station right there. Okay, now remember, you go to the post with the 3 yellow lights. Make sure you don't run into any rocks on your way. We're going to head on over to, I think that's right over here. And I'm just going to head on over here. And yep, there are 4 little yellow lights. Okay, let me go here. To make sure that's the one that says storage, and we will go ahead and get out. So let's go ahead and get out, head on in here. Open the door, we'll head on in and see what we got here. Let's see. And get this thing going. Select a location. And we want our rock. And we got Dolobine here, let's see. Okay, made 10,000 for about maybe 20 minutes worth of work. If I would have stayed out there a little bit longer, I would have gotten quite a bit more. This is just Dolobine. If you can find Haydenite, you're going to make a lot more money. But I picked up 79 units. That means 79 of those crystals that we did when hand mining. We could never carry that much. So that's 10,000 credits right there. That paid for the rock. That paid for the Pembroke. So 20 minutes worth of mining paid for everything. So right, so that is the way you mine with the Greycat rock. I'm going to go ahead and step back out. I'm going to get this thing parked, and when I come back, I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do with the rock. Like carry it in a ship, take out the storage unit, but you need a ship to do that. So maybe you have a friend that has a ship that they can drop you off, or maybe you'll pick up a bigger ship. The ship I suggest is the Cuddy Black. Remember, we can rent that, and I actually have a Cuddy Red. I like that because it has the med bay that if something happens, you don't have to fly all the way back. So when I come back, I'll show you a couple different things. All right, so as promised, I will show you how to use the Cuddy Black with the rock. So what we're going to do is go ahead and load our rock into our Cuddy Black. Remember, you can rent a Cuddy Black. I'm going to drive around it real quick. Remember how we would park off to the side to allow other people room? Well, now we're parking in the middle so we can have room to load our rock. So as you've noticed, I have pretty much parked right in the middle of the landing pad. And the reason why I've done that is I want to be able to drive my rock into the Cuddy Black. Again, it's easier to do in the third person, and I do it from this angle here. I swing around, and I go right about there. Now, you can see that the rock is centered in my screen. I can turn left and right, and just remember the controls are a little bit backwards. So you'll just want to line it up the best you can with the cargo bay, and maybe a little more over this way, and a little more over this way, and let's see, was it going to go this time? Nope. No. Yeah, it's going to take you a little bit of practice to do this, get it in there just right. Let's see if this will do it this time. Yep. And maybe a little over this way. And we'll want to go ahead and back it up. Back it up the ramp and straight in. And what you want to do is you want to keep it off the back wall just a little bit. Let's see if we can use our Z key and mouse to look back there. Well, yeah, I'm off the wall a little bit in the back. Want to make sure you can walk around it as well. Looks pretty good. So hit F4, press Y to get out of the seat. Stroll forward, let's shut this door. Yeah, you can get through here, no problem. And you can get to the back of the rock here. No problem. So, and there's the cargo access. So, let's go ahead and take off and find something to mine. So remember, we're in a Cuddy Black here as VTOL, so you got to get used to that. Right now we're in VTOL mode, so I can drop us down here. Pressing K gets us out of VTOL mode for regular flight mode. So spacebar lifts off just like any other ship, and go ahead and fly off. So we'll turn on our scanner, which is tab. Tab to turn on the scanner. And we will look for minables. Remember, those are some larger rocks that we're not going to be able to mine with our rocks, so that's not what we want to look for. Okay, so let's see, turn on our scanner and scan, and yeah, just kind of look around. Remember, we want to look for some of the smaller things, so I will go ahead and find one and get back to you. Right? See you in a few. Okay, so I spotted some targets. I'll show you it right here. If we remember, we're looking for the little boxes, and we have one there at 400 and change, and we'll kind of cruise in here nice and slow. Looks like we got 2 gems there. Maybe on a hill, may roll down a little bit, but at least it's all going to roll into some place nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and land right here and roll out and see what we have. Actually, you can go over here. If you aim at them and left mouse click, whoa, left mouse click, and it'll tell us what we have. Oh, it's amphiorite. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. Would have been nice to have some Haydenite. So let's go ahead and switch off our scanner and pull up a little. And let's go ahead up and land. Okay. Right.
Landing complete.
Yep, and it looks like it's nice and clear behind us. So go ahead and get out of the seat. And head on back. There's our rock. Let's open this door here. Let's see. Hop in. And roll on out. Okay, we'll roll on out. And you can see the gems up there in the left-hand corner. It'll take us right to where it is, which is right over there. Let's roll on over here. Yeah, those are definitely going to roll down the hill when we crack them. But they'll go right down there. That's no big deal. So let's go ahead and crack this rock. Mining mode on. Press M for that.
Extraction mode on.
And make sure your mining mode on. Whoop.
Extraction mode.
There you go. That is your fracturing mode. One thing about amphoterite, a very small sliver of a window to get in there. Let's see how we do here though. So, increase that charge. Okay, want to keep it in the green there though. So I start backing it off before I get there. I'm in the green now. I'm gonna play with that mining throttle there. Back and forth on the mouse button. Back and forth on the mouse button and then pop. There you go. Yeah, they're all rolling downhill. Yeah. But we'll go get them in a second. Let's pop this other rock here. Okay, now go ahead and start mining mode. More amphoterite.
Scan complete.
There we go. Take it nice and slow. Amphoterite is still going to fetch us about 150 credits per unit, so not too bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and crack this sucker. But the only thing is, got that little tiny window there. Little tiny window. So let's go ahead and crank it on up. And we're getting there. Start backing it off right before it gets into the green.
Warning. Power critical.
Okay, right about there. And pop. And everything's rolling downhill. So let's go ahead and change over to extraction mode. And let's roll downhill here and see where all this stuff gathered. Yeah, there's a bunch of it right there. So
Extraction mode on.
go ahead and get our extraction mode going here. And yeah, and just collect all of that stuff. It's all over the place here. So let's all right. So I'll go ahead and clean up all of this, and I will see you I will see you back aboard the ship. Alright, I got the rock back in the Cuddy Black, and I just wanted to show you a quick something here. I back it in here as I've shown you before, and I may have mentioned it, that reason why is so I can access the cargo bay on the rock. So what you're going to do, what you're able to do is click on the cargo bay. So cargo bay is open, and if I click on that, it'll bring up, first of all, my backpack inventory, and it'll also bring up my external storage. Now, if you right mouse click on the external storage or on anything, it'll say store all commodities. If you do that, it will think for a minute, and I'm hitting store all commodities. This will store all of your commodities from your personal inventory in a cargo box on the floor. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And there it goes. So we'll hit back. You just hit back. It'll bring up your inner thought. Get rid of that. And there's a box there on the floor. So you can pick it up and carry it. Just like any other cargo box. This is where our box training will come into play. So let's go ahead and just put it over here. So I'm going to go ahead and place this right there, and it places the box on the ground. So I'm going to head on back to a mining station, and I'll show you how to get rid of it. Alright, here we are at the station here, the trading post, and let's see how we did. Now remember, last time we sold the stuff from the rock, but this time I'll show you there's a slight difference, because remember, we took the box out. We'll hit sell and select the location, and as you notice, there's nothing in the rock, but there is something in the Cutlass Black, and there's our inventory right there. Remember, we got the amphoryte. That's what we mined together. Hey, and there's 10,000 credits worth right there. So let's go ahead and sell that. And got it. Hey, there's 10,000 credits. That's not too bad. And before I signed on with you guys, I was able to find some Haydenite. So let's see how we did with that one. Go ahead and bring that up. 86 units for 23,000. So for about a half an hour's worth of work, we made well over 30,000 credits. At that rate, you can buy your own rock real soon, and you can either get another mining piece of equipment called a prospector. So in my next video, I will go ahead and show you the prospector. Thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun doing the video on the Greycat rock. Special thanks to Fist25 for the stunt driving. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Have a great day. Happy mining.